Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Transformers The Last Night review for you today. This is going to be the fifth film in the Transformers series. It comes out this summer. I believe mid-June is when that comes out. So the toys have kind of started to roll out. Mostly at Toys R Us. That seems to be where they're mostly being found, but a couple trickling out at a couple Walmarts. I haven't really seen anything at Targets in my area yet. And I tried to look it up by the DCPI number and it says not being sold in stores. So I don't know if that's just because they haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe they're waiting for a mod reset or something like that. But I'm not really sure. In any case, I found this at Toys R Us, so that's where I picked this up. It says Premier Edition, and I noticed that the first wave is kind of sparse on new molds. Basically, this guy, I believe, is the only new mold in the Voyager class. There's also a Grimlock, but that's just kind of a repaint of the same Voyager from Age of Extinction. And then there's a couple deluxe figures. I believe there's a Slash Dinobot in the Deluxe, which is also a repaint from last year, or last movie. A Bumblebee, which is a figure from last movie. I believe there's a new Berserk and a new Barricade, which I do want to find once I can find them somewhere. So yeah, I don't know if Premier Edition is just kind of like a teaser wave, or if it's just the first wave, and that's just because it's the first, they're calling it Premier. It kind of reminds me of like the first editions they did for Transformers Prime. So I don't know if it's going to be the same deal. I don't know if there's going to be different molds later on, or if they're just calling the first wave Premier Edition just to get a little bit more pomp and circumstance for it. I'm not really sure. I guess time will tell on that. But this is Voyager Prime. It is a new mold. It's kind of a scaled down version of the Leader Class Prime from Age of Extinction. And by that I don't mean the toy is scaled down. It's not a direct smaller transfer. It's just kind of the same aesthetic and the same look. He has the sword and shield weapon, the cab of the truck. It's the same design and everything. So the character design is the same, but I believe it's 100% new mold, and I think the transformation is different as well. So, cool picture here on the front. You can see on the back also the Grimlock I talked about. That is definitely a repaint. Kind of cool picture there on the side like that. Not really anything going on the bottom. So that's it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get them out of there and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here is Voyager Last Night Optimus Prime out of the packaging. He of course does come with his sword and shield, which can slide very easily into either hand. And then the shield, if you want, you can have him hold it in his hand. Looks a little weird, but you can see there's also this peg hole on the side of his forearm. So you can plug it in there. And there you go. You have a sword and shield, which I think look very good. I really like that the, like they're not translucent like they were with the Legend class, for Age of Extinction. I kind of like the orange paint and the, gray, light gray hilt. And I love the turquoise paint on this. I think it looks really nice. Nice job painting that there. They don't combine in any way, even though it kind of looks like they could, but not the case. But I still think they're great accessories. I'm going to put them off to the side for now. Actually, one thing I do want to show off real quick. You can kind of move, well, I guess you don't have to move it technically, but if you can see right here, there's a loop, and you can put the sword in there. So he can have the sword on his back. I think that is a fantastic little detail. I absolutely love that. I love when a character has a sword and he can have it on his back, because I think that looks really cool. So I appreciate that little detail. It's definitely not something they had to do, but it is there, and I think that's fantastic. Overall, I really like the look of the robot mode. I think they did a nice job. You have some silver paint in key places against the dark metal, gunmetal gray color. You have the blue, you have red accents. I would say he's mostly gray, silver, and blue, but you have little pops of red. These kind of weird, like, pec muscle pieces, I don't know why, but really remind me of, like, Iron Man, like the movie Iron Man. I don't know why. Maybe Iron Patriot or something. Just the design of it gives me an Iron Man feel. I don't know why. So he has a little bit of car kibble on his back. It's not terrible, though, honestly, and I feel like it doesn't really hinder anything. You have the doors and obviously the main roof of the cab. But I don't think it's that big a deal. Articulation wise, head is on a ball joint, so you can go from side to side, up and down. You have shoulder joint like this, and all the way around, but the doors get in the way, but it can go all the way around. You have bicep swivel. They pretty much, maybe even a little bit more than 90 degrees in the elbow. Wrists do not move. You have waist articulation, but that's mostly for the transformation. You have hip out to the side, as well as front and back. Thigh swivel, again, used in the transformation. Not quite 90 degrees in the knee, but close. And nothing in the ankles. They're all solid. I'll try to get in a little bit closer so you can take a look at the head sculpt. I think they did a pretty good job. You get some nice silver paint there, the light blue for the eyes. I like the kind of, bat ears that Optimus always has. But yeah, I like it. I really do. I mean, the only thing I could even think to complain about is, like, maybe if these were chrome. But I understand it's a Voyager, so, chrome's not really in the price point, and I get that. And I don't think it's that big a deal. I like the look of it. I really do. And I love the look of him with the sword and the shield. It's definitely a fun robot mode. I think it's got as much articulation as you'd need. I mean, sure, there could always be more, but I don't feel like anything's missing. I mean, maybe something with the ankles, but because of the transformation, it kind of has to peg in there. So I understand why it can't do it, and I don't really think it's a problem. Although my ankle likes to come unpegged, only on the left ankle for some reason. But yeah, I really do like this robot mode. And let's go ahead and get into the transformation, because I think it's really fun. Alright, so I've gone ahead and taken the accessories off just because it makes it a little bit simpler. So the first thing you're going to do actually is you have to move these weird pec muscles. They'll actually slide down, not a full 90 degrees, but they don't go 100% up and down, but pretty close. Then you can actually get like a nail in here or something, and the chest will come straight down. Actually, that's not true. It's got kind of a weird joint. You're going to pull it kind of out, and then it kind of flips down. You can see the joint in there. There's a swivel here and here. And then you're going to push it straight out like that. Then you're going to rotate the head into the chest. I'll try to get a little bit closer. At this point, you can see there's a hinge right here where my thumb is, and the arms, you can kind of put these shoulder pieces up. And what you're going to do is, over here, there's a little tab. So you're going to rotate this up. And then you have to put the arm like this, so that the tab's at the top, because the tab is actually going to peg into that little spot right there on the inside of this blue thing. So that's going to go like that. And then when you come to the forearm, on the back of the forearm, you have this little piece that's going to be kind of the front of the, not the top of the cab, but like the front of the part of the cab that sticks out. You'll see what I mean. You're going to lift this up, and that's going to kind of accordion out as well. So you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Straighten this out, bring this in, tab that on top, and then accordion out this little piece on the back of the forearm. There we go. And then you're going to swing these forward like this. And these will kind of loosely tab together for now, but it'll really cement itself into place when you start putting the rest of it together. So that's going to kind of be like the front of the cab section. At this point, you can kind of pop this up and just leave it up here to get it out of the way. You're going to take this whole piece and rotate it 180 degrees, and you can lift up the little skirt in the front. Take at the thigh swivel and rotate them inward like that. At this point, you're going to unpeg these pieces, and they have a nice obvious tab right there that pegs into the inside right there. So that's where you're going to unpeg them. And then you're just going to kind of swivel them down and out of the way. Now you can see here there's a front part of the cab that you're going to rotate around. And you can see there's a little slot right there and a tab right there. So that's just going to kind of come around and slide onto that tab. And that's going to be the part of the front of the cab there. So like the engine hood, I guess I should say. Then you're going to untab the feet. You just kind of pull them out, and you can actually spin this around 180 degrees at this swivel right here where my finger is. So swivel that out. And then you're going to kind of want to put these close together. This whole piece, actually before we do that, there's another hinge right here, and you can see there's a slot there and a tab there on the foot. So you're just going to tab the feet into that. Rotate it there 90 degrees. It will tab, the foot will tab in there. Then you're going to kind of spin this around using the ball joint and kind of get these out to the side like this. And then at this hinge here, this whole piece is going to swing forward. Now you have to bring the legs up like this so that because you can see these are going to be the back part of the cab, or the truck I should say. Now there's a tab, and I'll try to get in closer, and I apologize because the light's not helping me. But there's a tab right there where my thumb is. And then there's a little spot right here on the inside of the thigh. And that's where that's going to kind of, whoops, bring that out. So the foot, you're not seeing this, so I apologize. The foot is going to rest underneath this chest part, and you're going to tab that tab into the thigh. So as you bring this up, that's going to tab into the thigh right here, and then the feet will rest underneath the chest plate. At this point, you can bring this down, and there's a tab on the inside of this right there, and there's a tab here, and so that's how you're going to start, shoring this up and really getting this to all stick together here. And then that's all going to tab together, and then there's the front of your cab, basically. Alright, you can come to the back, and there's a little white part here, light gray I should say, and that's going to swivel on the inside 180 degrees, and then you can tab all that together. Oops. And that's going to form your back. And then you can bring the doors out, and they'll accordion out, and again you're going to have tabs that tab into the front here. That tab right there, or I should say that slot right there. So you're going to bring this in, this is all going to tab together, and then it's just kind of like lining up the panels, but you're pretty much all done. Alright, and then you can bring this piece down at the last step and make sure everything is tabbed inside and lining everything up, and it should snap in pretty nice and easily. So there you go. I think they did a pretty excellent job with this, I have to say. It's a really nice looking vehicle mode. I mean, to think that nicely articulated Prime that we looked at in robot mode condensed down to this. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of panels with the top and the sides to cover everything up, but I really don't think it's that big a deal. And now you can really see the sheath for the sword on the back. Oh, also coming underneath here, you can see there's a little place right here you can slide the sword in. So you can get sword storage underneath. And then this spot right here you can tab in the shield. So that's on the back. But yeah, I really like it. Plus you have the kind of two-toned flames with the red flames ending here, and then you have some more blue flames on the front starting up. I think it's a really fun little vehicle mode, and it's a really fun transformation in my opinion. I think they did a nice job with the engineering of it. It's not too difficult, and everything really kind of fits together well, and it just works, in my opinion. I like this figure a lot. And I really like the look of this vehicle mode. Rolls pretty well. I like that both accessories can store on it, and nothing looks really out of place. And I would say you don't even really see any robot kibble. I mean, you can kind of see the fists under here, but that's really about it. Otherwise, I think they did a pretty excellent job with this transformation and this alt mode. I think this figure is a lot of fun. I even appreciate how you can kind of reach up and grab the sword out of his sheath, as I have pictured here. It's a fun figure, and I definitely think it's worth picking up. It's one of the few new molds in this first wave of Last Night figures, so, you know, if you're looking for a new movie Transformer, you kind of have slim pickings, but this is a great figure, so luckily one of the few is, in this case, one of the best. I really do like it a lot. I love the color scheme. I love the transformation. I love the alt mode, the accessories, the sheath on the back. I don't really have anything to complain about, to be honest. If anything, I found it at Toys R Us, and there they have it for $30, which seems like a lot for a Voyager to me. But I believe they're being found at Walmart, who has them for $25, which is kind of normal Voyager price. So if you're looking for this, but you don't want to spend a lot, maybe check out Walmart, or hopefully they should eventually show up at Target. I don't really know what's going on with that. Maybe they just have to wait for a mod reset or something where they kind of redo their toy aisles, because they might not have anywhere to put it on the shelf yet. I'm not sure. But they're definitely out at Toys R Us for certain. They have a big display right in the front of all new Last Night toys. So if you're looking for it and you need it immediately, hit up Toys R Us. If you want to wait for a little bit cheaper, maybe just kind of stalk your local Walmart. But it's definitely a fun figure. I like it a lot. That price at Toys R Us is the only thing I could think to complain about, and that's not really the toy's fault. That's Toys R Us's fault. So if you're looking for a new Last Night Optimus, definitely pick this one up. It's a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Optimus Prime Voyager class from Transformers The Last Night. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.